special way welcome and greet and encourage all the young people who are here today. You give us much more energy and hope for the future. When a child is born into the world, it's a great gift, not just for the child, but for a whole family. A family that sees a legacy carried on and can see in the eyes of that child the future, but also can dream about the many contributions and talents that that child will bring. But also a child calls out from each one of us in a family a sense of generosity to make room in our lives for that child. I say all of this to you today, particularly because in the last couple of months, our family welcomed 2 new great-grandnephews. That makes 25 great-grandnephews and nieces in our family. But has taken for all of us an opportunity to reflect on how a child's life is not just something for themselves, but has an importance for all of us as a family, as a human family, as a society. A child opens for us a better dream about the future as we think about their lives, but also taps within us a sense of sacrifice, of generosity to make room at the table of life. And so today, as we say we are pro-life, we are also pro-women, and so we have to make sure that women have the resources that they need in order to bring that child into the world. We have to make sure they have proper health care, all the social amenities that are helping them to be mothers. Being pro-life means being pro-mother, pro-women. So today I invite you to value the gift of children in your own families so that you can be spurred on to make sure that no child that comes into the world is ever told they're not wanted. We all want children into the world because our lives are enriched by them. But it makes us better human beings when we make room for a child at the table of life. So today, let us make sure that we thank God for the gift of life, the gift of a child, because that child makes us more human. Thank you for being here.
Dr. Karen Dean is Associate Professor of Obstetrics and Gynecology at Loyola University Health System. She's the Associate Program Director for the Loyola OB-GYN Residency and Chairman of the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology at Gottlieb Memorial Hospital. She's a proud pro-life OB-GYN with a special interest in menopause and natural family planning. Doctor?
What an honor to be able to address this tremendous, enthusiastic group. I have been an OB/GYN for almost 30 years. I have been blessed to participate in the births of thousands of babies. The miracle of life is awesome. Today, I want to talk about surprises. It is surprising that I was asked, and even more so that I agreed to address you here today. I'm not by nature a public person, and for much of my career, I believed that my personal views about human life were just that, personal views which needed to be kept separate from my professional life. These past few years, I've noticed that many others in my profession didn't seem to be concerned about maintaining a separation between their personal views and their professional work. In fact, it was very hard not to notice that in the field of OB/GYN, many were very comfortable using their professional lives as loudspeakers for their beliefs. Beliefs that all too often sacrifice life in the womb to mistaken ideas of personal choice and individual autonomy. And so, over the years, I have become more vocal. All All of you here today are far and away more advanced in your reverence for life than I. While it has taken me a while to add my voice to this group, I do so today with gratitude for those here and hope for the future. I'd like to speak especially to two groups that are here, the young people and all the medical professionals. To the young people, congratulations on seeing the importance of this work at an early age. You are the hope for the future, and I am so impressed with your interest, enthusiasm, and dedication. I spent too many years being overly careful, worrying about what people would think. It took me too long to realize that the importance of this work far outweighed my individual comfort. You are light years ahead, and I am so happy to witness your strength. Thank you for taking on this vital work and resisting the prevailing culture. Use your convictions and your energy to create surprises of your own. Surprise those who think that pro-life views are holdovers of an obsolete morality. To all the medical professionals, the nurses, the doctors, the medical students, the residents, and all that work in hospitals and clinics from all disciplines, science is on our side. And who better to understand that than scientists? Life begins at conception. Our collective voice must be heard. There are other voices, powerful voices, which are working hard to eliminate our right of conscience. We alone dictate the actions of our conscience, and we will not be coerced into actions against our beliefs. Our right to choose is the right to refuse to perform procedures that destroy human life. Use your presence in the workplace to create surprises of your own. Surprise those who think that valuing life in the womb renders us unfit to work in the medical field. I am privileged and proud to stand with these dynamic leaders and all of you on this important day. Thank you.
Next, we have Congressman Dan Lipinski from the 3rd Congressional District of Illinois. Dan is a proud native of Illinois, serving his 7th term. He's been in the U.S. House since 2005, representing the southwest side of Chicago, southwest Cook, and northwest Will County. Dan is one of our most committed pro-lifers, one of the last standing pro-life Democrats, and we're so glad to have him with us today.
Thank you. Thank you all for being out here today. Nothing's gonna stop the pro-life movement. Doesn't matter the weather. This is the most uplifting event that I come to every year. So many people, especially young people out here. And you're not out here for something for yourselves. We're not asking for something for us. We're here for others. People that we'll never know. We're standing up for them. I am a pro-life Democrat. People ask me, how can you, if you are a Democrat, how can you be pro-life? And I say, it's because I believe we need to protect the most vulnerable. There's no one more vulnerable than a child in the womb. And we need to stand for them. And the pro-life movement is not going to be successful in this country without pro-life Democrats. We need Democrats, Republicans, Independents, everyone working together. So thank you all for being out here today. We're fighting in Congress some of the most simple things. There are people out there who want to force taxpayers to pay for abortion. It's a large majority of Americans agree with us that you need to keep the Hyde Amendment, and they're fighting to get rid of that. I'm fighting to make sure we keep it. A child who's born during an abortion, we are trying to get a bill passed to say you must care for that child. These are all common sense things that large majorities of Americans agree with us on and are with us on. But let's keep fighting. Keep standing up for those who need us to defend them. And through the work that we do, through the rally, the march, we're going to keep going. No one's going to stop us. We are going to change the laws. We are going to change the hearts and minds. And we are going to make this a pro-life nation. So thank you.
You know, I've known Dan since 1980. He's the real thing, you guys. Patrick McCaskey is a member of the Chicago Bears board and Bears Senior Director of Special Progress. He's been with the Bears since 1974, but has always been a staunch pro-life advocate and dedicated friend of the pro-life movement. Pat?
A reading of prose and poetry that I've written for you. Moses and Jesus were saved as babies. They were later called to save God's people.
Amen.
The massacre of the innocents reminds me of abortion. I am pro-life, and so is my beloved wife, in whom I am well pleased. You may have read about my wife in Proverbs 31. Verses 10 through 31 describe the ideal wife.